amazing technology around here. Mobility. Anybody remember Get Smart, original TV show? I love that show. And though the movie didn't do it justice, it was just nice to see it out there again. I like it. Remember what year the mobile phone shoe came out? Any guesses?
67.
Close. So 67, 65. Product placement. Can you imagine how cool it would be to have like a little Nokia or Motorola little symbol on the bottom of the shoe? Like, that would have been cool. But we saw that as a part of a prop every week on TV back in 1965. It's been around for a while. The question is, where's the motivation where's the innovation in mobility coming from next? You hear about mobile apps, and you hear about all the actual hardware innovations. Here's what we're seeing in 2011. So it is now the primary form of accessing the internet, which means you kind of have to retool your internet experience. How often are you using your mobile device to go to an internet site? Some of them have a mobile version, some don't. Just ridiculous. It's the primary form of accessing the internet. Don't reverse engineer it. It should just be inherently set for mobile. But the spending is up. So mobile phone shipments were up in the first half of last year. They're up about 15%, 14 to 50% in the first half of this year. But again, it's displacement. While that's happening, what's happening with your traditional computers, your older computers? There's a displacement factor that's going on. The drama around Android is just unfolding. In Silicon Valley, frankly, we're just buying popcorn and trying to get front row seats to see what happens with the battle over what happens to Java. And you've got Google and Oracle and a bunch of others that are jumping in. All I can tell you is, from my perspective, you haven't even begun to see that battle unfold. It's going to complicate things greatly. At the same time, demand is there for mobile devices. There's a Chinese company called Hanvan or Hanwang, depending on which province you're from, on the outskirts of Beijing. They make an iPad that they call, I think it's the iPad, the touchpad. That's how it translates. Cheaper, arguably more durable, made in China. Marketing's going to make all the difference for that company. Net neutrality is a worry. For those of you that are involved in marketing, you know that mobile marketing is already on the rise, and Seattle's a wonderful hotbed for that. Mobile PR is the next big wave that will upset the apple cart. Why do you have to go through the media if I can just get to someone on their mobile phone? On the flip side, what would you do if you started seeing spam on your mobile phone the way that you saw spam on your computer a few years ago? Right? I'm watching TV. There's a social contract. I'm going to get a commercial. That's why I TiVoed it. I'm on my computer. The pop-ups are annoying, so I got a pop-up blocker. I'm okay. I'm in the middle of a conversation and you interrupt me. Get the hell off my phone. The attitudes are different. The human element's very different. That's going to be an interesting one to watch unfold. But the security and the privacy issues are where the mobile story is really at right now. The fact that anyone knows where you are at any time based on your phone. The fact that there's no guarantee that your conversation isn't being recorded in at least 3 government laboratories right now. It's a little bit like this. Anybody here a fan of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? We are living in such bizarre times with the economy, the environment, family pressures. I've been on the road for 2.5 weeks. My 2 oldest sons had their birthdays in the 2.5 weeks I was gone. My mobile device is the only reason I don't feel so guilty as a father. I hang my head in shame. This is the new Don't Panic book. This is the Hitchhiker's Guide to our galaxy. Our mobile device makes us feel safe no matter what kind of situation we're going into. Give me the information, give me the contact, give me the connectivity I need to feel safe going into God knows what new situation. So if you're in mobile marketing, if you want to know what to speak to the crazy uncertainty and the fact that we are all cosmonauts. Even just going to Starbucks is a trip these days. And this is our Don't Panic packet. Yes?
What is Melvin's position on net neutrality?
Neutral. It is one of the single most important discussions there, so I don't want to trivialize the answer. I'll be honest, we have clients in markets that would ask us to make cases lots of different ways. It's a little bit like talking to a law firm in this instance. There's a case to be made in any sense. Our position really, I believe, be transparent about what rules you're playing by. I think the most dangerous part of net neutrality is hiding your agenda. hiding your real agenda. Let's be upfront. There's a lot of negotiation that has to take place. We have to agree by what rules we're going to play. We can't have multiple sets of rules going on at the same time. Be transparent about your agenda. Let's agree to the set of rules. Any more than that, and I have a pain collar in the back of my neck that my boss will probably hit.
Had to try.
Fair question, and a good question. Is there another comment?
Yes, as an analyst, are you looking at the indications of the 1934 Telecommunications Act of selling marketing information derived from a telecommunications event?
Yeah, so haven't been an analyst in a while, but yes, we are looking at that. The question is, again, one of transparency. If you know that your information is being traded on, and you as an individual are willing to do that in exchange for a free service or a discounted service, that's your choice. If that's happening unbeknownst to you, that's an issue. I think it's fair to say, and we'll get to this in the social networking here in a minute, when you have Mark Zuckerberg on Capitol Hill answering questions around privacy and security, and it's no secret, Facebook has a lot of information, not just about our preferences, who we're talking to, what we care about, our relationships. Think about that for a second, our relationships. That's probably the most intimate information about me. Who my friends are, who they're not. So yes, it's something to watch. I don't have an intelligent legal position to share with you, but it is perhaps one of the biggest issues. I'll answer it one other way. I like popular television, if you can't tell. It tends to be illustrative. Anybody here watch Gilligan Islands when they were sick as a kid? There was an episode. I think they ate some bad beans when they could all of a sudden all read each other's thoughts. They had ESP, remember that one? And for the first time, Thurston Howell III, his wife, realized he's got a crush on Ginger. It took a magic bean for her to figure that out, but it suddenly came out. We are in a position as a society where we are at risk for being able to know everything about each other 24/7. That's not good. Filters are the single most important technology being developed today. How do I filter what information comes in? How do I filter what information gets out? We have social filters. I know when to keep my trap shut in a bar. I don't have that online yet. Filters are the single most important technology to develop next that will truly bring social networking to a safe mainstream. It helps answer net neutrality. It helps answer the privacy question. But we as a species have to get better about our filters online. We're not there yet, I don't think. Question from the back?
Do you think the law is going to be more complicated, it's going to be more fine-print because of what's happening with information age?
You mean law in general? Or the laws around mobility and security?
Yes, there will be more regulations.
Oh, yeah. I don't really know. I'll give you my best guess. As a general rule, and I say this as a former attorney myself, I used to be a criminal prosecutor in a small mountain town. That was my first job. Lawyers don't always get technology. Lawmakers don't always get technology. I mean, walk into your local state administrator's office and see, how many iPads you see there, right? So I think the problem is there are public policy questions which are critical that are being impacted by technologies we don't understand very well. But let me put it to you like this. Security is a technology. Privacy is a policy decision. You need awesome security to set up the filter to prevent information from coming in or coming out or being malicious. Privacy are the set of rules we agree to play by. And I'll come back to transparency again. You have to be honest about what your filter is and what you want there. So I don't know if the laws get more convoluted or more technical, but I think we're going to have some learning curves and a number of court case challenges, and it will be a function of us learning how to play by these new rules more than anything. Good time to be in intellectual property as a lawyer right now, but even better if you come at it with a philosophy background, because you're going to need it.